Welcome to Face to Face, and today we're going to go to Chile. We're going to speak about politics, we're going to speak about democracy, we're going to speak about a new political front in Chile. I am with Tomas. Tomas, welcome to Face to Face. Welcome to New York.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah?
Again.
Excellent. You come and you come and you come. You like the city.
I will try to come, I don't know if every year, but at least every couple of years.
Good. Thank you.
I like to come.
Yeah, and we like to have you in New York.
Time.
Thank you so much. So what's going on? Let's start before we go to the political action front and the whole new faces of democracy in Chile. Can you give us an update about what's going on with the humanists in South America or in Chile, or it's a lot of news?
Yes, the Humanist Party, to which I belong since 1983,
So you are a founding member,
the party, is very active in Chile, and not only in Chile, but in many countries of South America. In Argentina, we've been participating in the government,
Yeah.
in the last government, not in this one from the right-wing party. In the last government, also we are very active in Brazil. We were defending the democracy with Dilma Rousseff against the sort of white dictatorship they are facing now in Brazil. And in Chile, we are working hard to develop a coalition with the other political parties and social movements from the left parties in Chile. So yes, we're very happy. In some other countries, we do have the Humanist Party, but it's quite small, like in Peru. In Colombia, starting to develop a Humanist Party now that they signed the peace
process.
Yes,
yeah.
So it's a very interesting moment that it's going out now in Colombia.
And with the professors,
with the teachers.
The teachers.
Yes, in Chile.
Very briefly.
Yeah, well, in Chile, at the end of last year, we won the elections of the most important union that we have in Chile, and that's the Union of the Teachers, with almost 100,000 teachers.
Okay.
And Mario Aguilar, who is a humanist teacher, he won the election, so he's now the president.
No, I know you.
And it's quite interesting because immediately as they started, they started to change many things. For example, to transparent everything regarding money, to change the relation with the government and the other unions, to put in the center the rights of the teachers and of the union and of the students. So it's quite interesting what's going on.
Because before it was like a committee, special committee work making the decision, and everything was.
It was quite hard to understand because the of the union was from the Communist Party, and they are at the same time in the government. So it was too close to the decisions from the government. At the end, nobody understood what
was the story of it.
And now it's very clear that the teachers, they have their own demands. They know exactly what they need, what they want. They have facing a lot of problems. There is a new law of education in Chile, and it's a pity because it's a very bad law. It's a law that gave a lot of support to the private sector, and again destroys the public education.
That's the same in New York City. It's all over
the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the same system.
Yeah, I know. So, Frente Amplio, no? Frente Amplio?
Frente Amplio. I still don't
Frente
know how to say it in
Amplio,
English,
okay.
but Frente Amplio,
So,
wide front,
wide front, something like this,
Yeah, the Frente Amplio is a new coalition that we developed end of last year. With the humanists, we always said the same. It's impossible to change the politics and the social situation, the economy alone. We have to work together with different organizations. Not only political organizations, but also together with social organizations.
So I want to come back because
I know that's something not quite common and not very easy to do that. And we have done that. I mean, we're
working on this.
Let's say that we are starting. But we all understand very well that we need each other, that we have to work together. In Chile, we've had an electoral system very undemocratic, in which only two big coalitions were represented in the parliament. And all the rest of the political parties and movements were out of the parliament.
Welcome to the US.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a change in that law. There was a change last year in the electoral system, and now it's possible to elect having a third coalition. It's quite complicated, the system, but anyway. And that convinced all of us that we need to run together. And it's very interesting because we are 11 political parties or movements. 5 of those came out from the students' movement.
Yeah.
You remember that in 2011 there was a very strong mobilization from the students, and from there many organizations became political parties, and we are working now together. In fact, the Humanist Party is the only political party that existed for more years than
everybody else. Than the new group.
We are preparing for the elections. We have a presidential and parliamentarian elections in November this year. November this year.
It's not 2000.
So we are all going to run
for
the
special.
yeah.
But so, because here in the US, I will say this is the next step. You have the two big Democrat and Republican, and after that you have a lot of smaller political parties. The structure is quite complicated to do a third party, but I think a social political movement could be a fantastic next step. So how does the social organization participate into a political movement or political?
To tell you the truth, we tried that also in 2005 when I was a presidential candidate. We tried that, but we were together with the Communist Party. And for the traditional left, it's very hard to understand that political parties and social movements must work at the same level. They have this ideology that the political party is, I would say in English, the vanguard, and that they have to decide and the social movement must be behind. We have a completely different ideology. We think that the social movement is the vanguard, and that the political party must represent the social movement at the electoral process. And understanding that, we said, okay, let's work together and let's take the decisions together. It's not easy because political parties always think we have the decision, and the social movement always, they don't have too much confidence in political parties because of the experience they had in the past. So you need to work that, you need to create confidence, you need to show that you really want to work in another way.
Very seriously, I mean, my belief in the US was that was the problem. That's why the right wing got where they are today, because the left was not able to open the political participation. And we saw what happened with Sanders, and the youth didn't really participate to the presidential election. So it's a big. The Green Party did almost 2 million votes in the last presidential election with a good. I mean, it's a large number. So if you start to work with, we had a socialist, very socialist elected official at the city council level in the US. So you have.
It's interesting because the right-wing parties, they always run together because they have a very clear image. They know what they want.
They want the power.
Want the power, and they want the power to strengthen their business. I mean, that's it. With a clear image, they go ahead.
And then
in the left, at least in South America, always the left has been completely separated, divided, one against the other, with a lot of discussions that nobody cares. I mean, we're going to say with the people, for the people. Together with the people, and the people don't care. I mean, they just want us to see that we're working together.
I mean, I saw it with the Occupy, where the notion of non-violence, people were like, no, we cannot say we are non-violent, so people will say we have to be non-violent. I mean, we were like, it's very basic issue, then we need to agree and we need to define it. And
that's very interesting, because now with this new electoral system in Chile, we know that we can elect something like 15 member for the congressmen. 15 congresswomen. That's 10% more or less. What we want to do, the humanists, is to elect 2 or 3, but that be part of this bigger group. I mean, we don't want just to have 2 or 3 members of the parliament alone. And to do what? I mean, it's interesting if we can create a sort of a committee.
Exactly.
And then you have the power to change things.
And the platform.
To do things and to be to show that it's possible to propose different things.
And to define ourselves with what we agree on and not what we disagree, because that's always the issue. It's always, no, but I don't. No, but tell me what are you agree on, and then we can do the platform based on this.
We did exactly that. We did exactly that. We defined 4 or 5 issues in which we absolutely agree.
Yeah.
The first one is very important, is a new constitution.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's hard to believe for the people here, but in Chile we still have the constitution from Pinochet, from the dictatorship.
Oh, no.
Well, but we are 27 years away from that.
No.
We are the only country in the world, the only one, that 27 years after the dictatorship, we still have the same constitution.
Yeah.
So that's the first agreement, that we need a new constitution created by an assembly, a constitutional assembly.
Yeah.
That means a very democratic way of creating a new constitution. We agree absolutely. And then we have an agreement in the regarding to the economic system. We still have in Chile a very neoliberal system with a lot of power of the banks, the financial institutions.
Well, I mean, everything is privatized, so it's,
absolutely. And everything is
It's
everything.
No, I know.
100% of the economy is in private.
I was in Santiago, and you take the road in middle of the city, and then you have to pay to go from one
point. You pay for private companies and for the health, education, housing, pensions. Everything is privatized. And the result of that is that maybe they are very efficient for the owners.
For
the owners. But we have now the gap between the rich and the poor people is the bigger than we had in all our history. We never had a gap so big as we have now. I mean, there's
but that's a tendency.
0.1% of the population controls 40 or 50% of the economy.
I mean, the last report was 8 people control 50% of the lowest community in the world. I mean, it's really
it's ridiculous. I mean, that's
it's immoral. It's really immoral.
And it's not just a number, but it means suffering for millions of people, millions of children, millions of old people. And we're facing this problem in Chile. I mean, Chile has a very good propaganda outside. Everybody says, you have a very good economy, a very stable, and so on. Yes, but they don't know what the situation is inside the country. So that's why we have to work very hard inside the country, but also telling the truth when we are like here.
And then, so what else on the platform of the new front? With any?
For us, it's very important to renationalize the national resources, mainly the copper. We need to change the law related to water. Chile is the only place in the world where all the sources of water are privatized. And that's unbelievable. I mean, all the water belongs to private companies.
And you know, that's why
they want to close the tap, that's it.
So they should learn from New York. New York was, at the beginning of New York City, the water was privatized. And it was such a mess, and people were getting sick, and the water was polluted, and so on and so forth. Then the city bought upstate territory to create some kind of canalization and reservoirs to get the water. And so you have a system of water and filter water, more or less, for around 20. It's one of the biggest in the world of 25 million people, with water coming directly from upstate and from the mountain and so on and so forth. So it's like almost like mineral water for everybody.
So the water belongs to the state.
It belongs to the city.
To the city, okay.
And
okay,
the city.
It's
totally public. It's totally public.
And we're in the United States.
And we're in the United
States. People think, well, in the United States, it's a kingdom of privatization. Not all.
No, that's true.
Not all. In Latin America, we're facing a very strong problem with privatizations. But if you want me to explain in very short words, I would say one big area is distribution of income. That's one of our main issues, to change the distribution of income. That means new tax law, that means to renationalize the natural resources, that means many issues regarding distribution of income. And the second has to do with to guarantee human rights like health, education, housing, pensions, rights that are not guaranteed now for the population of Chile.
And how do you have them as becoming a human right? Because right now, more or less nowhere it's a human right. It's some of the, it's a service, but it's not, the state is not responsible to guarantee the right beside education in some country.
We have a different view. We think that there is money, but the problem is with the priorities of the of the money. First of all, second, they made the state smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, we think that we need to support the state. We don't believe in a centralized economy. We are not Marxists. We don't think that the state must own and organize everything. Not at all. But we have to create different ways of organization. Cooperatives, community organize, community organize to be able to take decisions, real democracy. That's very important. That means that people can vote and decide what is their priorities.
This is like, this is and this political structure of participation have to change. I mean, in the US, it's a. I mean, we are at 57% of people who didn't vote.
57.
I think it was the last election was 57.
We had 62% of people who didn't vote. 62% didn't vote. Just 38 voted, because mainly the young people. They feel, why I'm going to vote? I mean, just to vote every 4 years doesn't mean anything.
And I think the problem of
show them that it's important, first of all, but mainly we have to change the way of doing politics. There's a lot of corruption. The coalition that's in government now, it's completely corrupted. Companies control everything in the parliament. They pay directly to the members of the parliament. So it's I mean, obviously young people don't believe in politics doing it that way.
No, and I think we have a technical problem. I mean, for kids to go to a school and on Sunday at 2 o'clock and have it, I mean, it's really not part of the daily life of people. And I think they should be able to use their phone and be able to participate in many, everything is through telephone. I mean, the bank, imagine a bank, I can't imagine a bank today without an application on a phone. The bank will be bankrupt. They will close.
Because 2 weeks ago, I met a group of young people, and they said exactly that to me. They said, listen, I can do everything in my phone, in my cellular phone. Why I can't vote? I mean, who can explain that to me?
No, it's an
I mean, I study. I even don't go physically to the university, they said to me. I don't need to go every day. I have everything.
You can study, you can do
it. I can't vote.
You cannot vote.
Why is that?
That's a problem. I think the importance of democracy and the participation of people is not a priority of the country now. And it's unbalanced comparing to, and I have another proposal. It was to, before you can open a bank account, you need to have voted. Putting the priorities on having a political and social participation before to have a bank account. Anyway, thank you very much for coming to the show.
I thank you very much.
You are always welcome to New York City anytime you want.
Don't say that because I will come back.
I'll come back. We are here. We are always welcome. And that was a face-to-face. Thank you very much for watching. Please keep getting your news through presenza.com. And we see you very soon. Thank you so much.